Well, good morning. Good morning. Right when I was pushing the button to go live, my computer decided it was ready to take a break. So here we are, a minute or so after the market has opened, and I'm trying to restore everything that was already, so we can see where we are. Hey, everybody. It's Tuesday morning. Move my hair. I thought, but I have it off. I'm live. I feel like we are. But Janae, if we're live, let me know. Let me know. I think Janae's here. Good morning, Marcia. Hey, Ward. Hey, Tiva. How we doing? We're up and running. Let me see if I can get the chart on the screen. Now, of course, everything is going to go super slow because it's trying to start up the computer too. And I'm asking it for a lot. I'm saying, come on, baby. We can start the computer. Come on, baby. Looking at myself dance. This is crazy. Okay, that's the screen I want. Screen two, I guess. Yes. Maybe. Maybe I want screen two. Pew. There we go. This is what's going on with SPX first thing this morning. This is the 30-minute chart. We didn't really have too much of a gap this morning, doesn't seem like. It's kind of flat. Looks like everybody's waiting on the NVIDIA. Everybody's waiting on NVIDIA, even though this was a pretty high pop there in this first 4 minutes. Morning, Carmen. Hey, Karen. How we doing? SPX starting off with the wicks. Get ready to go down. I'm going down. Oh, I didn't mean to say to put you on the screen there, Carmen. Sorry about that. All righty. Let's see where we are. We all know that NVIDIA is getting ready to have their earnings, which is aftermarket today. Everybody who's watching that, I do want to say, I want to give you permission. I want to give you permission. Everybody listening, I want to give you permission to not trade NVIDIA. Right? You don't let your FOMO overtake you. Don't let this fear of missing out overtake you because remember, we are trading against the machines. Not saying that NVIDIA won't have fantastic earnings. Don't know. But there's other things that you can trade that are going to be what's called it sympathetic. Maybe the sympathy plays. You can do some of those. Or you can sit idly by and watch and then ride on tomorrow. Okay, you can ride tomorrow. The market looks like it wants to make a little dip here first at the beginning, this first 5 minutes. This first 5 minutes is nothing but noise, and that's because all the orders from overnight are coming in, and that's what's getting processed right now. So here we are on Wednesday. Last night we had Chewy, we had Kohl's, we had Foot Locker, Abercrombie and Fitch. All those were earnings for yesterday. Bath and Body Works. Wonder if that's what made there to take a long time to send my stuff because my stuff should have been here by now. Anyway, this morning, sorry, aftermarket today, we're going to have NVIDIA, CrowdStrike. We're going to have Salesforce, Affirm, Okta, Pure Storage, Viva, Five Below, HP, and NetApp. We're going to have all those today. Aftermarket closes. Tomorrow morning, we'll have Best Buy, Dollar General, American Eagle, Burlington, Ollie's, Camel Stoop, Birkenstock, Polestar, Stratasys, and I think this is a bank down here at the bottom. Hey, Tamar. So noted, no trading NVIDIA. I mean, it's up to you. It's your money. I'm just not trying to tell anybody what to do, but I want to give you permission to not trade it and not feel like something's wrong with you as a trader if you don't jump in and ride along with everybody else. It's okay if you don't. Okay. It is completely okay if you don't. Yeah, the market is kind of taking a bit of a dump, but it's coming down to the pivot point. I'm looking over here. I'll show the chart here in a minute. I know y'all got your own chart, so everybody's not just looking at my screens, but last Adam says since last Monday, 5614 has been the ATM machine as posted in SPX. We've tested flush reclaim 18 times, each being profitable. We did it again overnight. Coiled for Nvidia, 5638 to 5609.14 is all chop. As long as 5609 to 14 holds, then you can look at 5630, 5638, and a break 5656 plus alive. If 5609 fails, then we can dip to 5589. Okay, then we can dip to 5589. XSP, if you're trading that, we got 566 on the call credit spread side and 558 on the put credit spread side. Looks like those pivots are holding. Anybody ever look at pivot points on their chart? Or if you ever put pivot points on there? Pivot point is basically the place, and it's a mathematical formula. I'm not going to bore you all with the mathematical details of it, but the pivot point, there's a formula for this and what puts it there. So this pivot, notice how the price of SPX has come down almost to that pivot and is now pulling back off it. Pulling pivot points, there's mathematical stuff behind all of this, right? You can use those. And then you've got the support and resistance, this orange one up here, and there's a support down here. Basically, it puts the number right on it, lets you know where are support and resistance places, in addition to what you chart, because I want you to be charting. All right. We are working on charting. But in addition to that, there's also going to be mathematically some support and resistance places that you can have on your chart, and that's just going to help you out. Let's let whatever the few indicators we do use, let's let those help us out. All right, let those help you out. We got a long list of trades for this week. I'm going to pull up, I'm trying to open up Thinkorswim so I can show you the status of these trades. Most of them are still in good shape. You want to see, I'm a fan of closing credit spreads in the 50 to 70% mark of the range of profit, 50 to 70%. So I go and close mine, but I'm going to let, these are all in my sim. I will let them keep going. I do have Exxon in my live account. That's the one that I chose to trade for the week. Let's go see what's happening in the morning. The VIX is at 15.68. That's where the VIX is right now, 15.65, right? VIX is up 5.7. Implied volatility is up. We know we were in the 20s last week, so this isn't so bad, but we do like it around, us sellers like it around the 12s, right? Why gold is outperforming nearly everything this year. U.S. futures stall as Wall Street counts down to Nvidia. Nvidia results could spur the record $300 billion swing. Kamala Harris capital gains approach sparks controversy. Foot Locker, Nvidia earnings, cryptocurrencies falling. Who's winning from narrowing fast food, fast casual price gaps? Who's winning from that? CNBC, stocks are little change as Wall Street heats up for earnings, basically. Abercrombie and Fitch post 21% sales gains. Ooh, hikes outlook despite increasingly uncertain environment. Abercrombie and Fitch was the chart that was like going, let me see. Might as well look at the chart. When you mention it, might as well look at it. It was. But how you gonna have great earnings and then fall off the map? Let's see. Let's go to the daily chart. See what the daily chart looks like. Well, Abercrombie and Fitch. This is what happened for earnings. It closed yesterday at 166 and it opened this morning at 146. So 20-point drop for the earnings. Jamie says I'd avoid XLK and SOXL at the very least until it's all said, done, and over with. Yeah, anything in that semiconductor space is going to have some movement. Every other 10 words is NVIDIA. Geesh, we're obsessed. Yeah, it is. Today I responded to a guy's post. He's like, everybody's waiting on NVIDIA. And I was like, too bad we aren't waiting for Jesus like this. Because that's going to be more useful. I'm waiting on Jesus. I'm waiting on Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna quit. Here we go. The calendar for today, we are on Wednesday. FOMC member Waller will spoke at 1:15 this morning. At 10:30, crude oil inventories is an orange folder that's going to show up at 10:30 and 6 o'clock tonight. FOMC member Bostic will speak. Tomorrow we've got preliminary GDP first thing in the morning. Okay, we got preliminary GDP first thing in the morning tomorrow morning, and that could cause some moves. And unemployment claims could cause some movement. All right, could cause some movement in the morning. That's our schedule. Now that song gonna be stuck in my head. I recommend Jesus. It's gonna be stuck right there. I'll be singing it all day. I do recommend Jesus, though. By the way, I do recommend Jesus. That's because when Jesus comes, it's all over. This is the truth now. Good morning, Lisa. Janae is still here and able to make comments. We love it. We love it. Janae is here and can make comments. Okay, investing.com. Beware of these four yield curve patterns. Gotta do more about economics. Learning all the learning. Listen, the trading game is a constant learning game. If you think you can do this and not enjoy learning or not continue to learn, it's not going to be so long before it's no longer working. I'm seeing if there's anything else interesting here that's happening, and I don't see anything. The 5-year note auction happens at 1 o'clock. It's got 2 stars. That happens at 1 o'clock, the 5-year note. But everything else is fuel stuff related, crude oil at 10:30. All of this is, surrounding that. FOMC member at 6 o'clock is speaking, right? Mhm. Morning, and me too. Janae, for the record, you always bring up NVIDIA, don't she? Right? Mm. And then she'll say stuff like, I'm trying to stay away from NVIDIA, even though NVIDIA is making a pop this morning. Did that sound like her, Jamie? Did that sound like Janae? These my people. I can harass them because they mine. Because they mine. Okay. On this weekend, we decided we're starting it on Sunday. We're going to do the first kickoff basically of the charting challenge. The September charting challenge is going to kick off on Sunday evening at 7. We did a vote. All the people who are in the membership who are there to vote voted for Sunday at 7. So that's when we're going to do it. By and large, that was the majority vote. It wasn't everybody voted that, but majority. I did good. All right, I did good on my invitation. But inside of our charting challenge, we're going to do candlesticks, trends, support resistance, gaps, indicators. We're going to cover all the different stuff throughout the month. Okay. That's if you want to join us in the charting challenge, you need to go over to educatortotrader.com and get registered. It's running in the ticker along the bottom. Along the bottom. So I see somebody says they have a cash secure put. Let's see. Is it recorded? Is what recorded? The Sunday thing? Oh yeah. We record everything we do on Zoom. Come on, I see one but comment. Will it be recorded? Yes, ma'am. I'm in some CSP on SM. You're into some cash secure puts or put credit spreads. Cash secure puts on SMCI. I'm gonna need to talk to you, Nika, because them some Mondays. I'm thinking maybe you listen. I'm not trying to count nobody's pockets. No, I'm putting in C. I'm putting in CSP. That's not what we're looking at. SMCI. Looked like they all wanted to pull back. AMC, AMD, not AMC. AMD, those they all kind of pulled back yesterday. This is SMCI dropped and run. That's the second support. They're in the pivots, but they all have been. I had a friend Antoine. He passed away a couple years ago, maybe a year ago now, maybe. And Antoine would say that basically, however something ran on the day of earnings, like the end of that, the earnings would do something like opposite. it wasn't down to a science. Antoine had a way of just knowing where something was going. It was uncanny, to be honest. But he would say if it runs up during the day of earnings, then that earnings most likely would drop, and the other way around. If it didn't, it would go the other way. Basically, that's what he would. That was one of his things. Um, we got the freebies page. E2T dash freebies. All the free stuff is over here. E2T dash freebies on the freebies page, right? If you're looking for resources, zero DTE strategy cheat code, stock options for beginners, all the stuff you're looking for over here on the E2T dash freebies.com. Okay, stocks we want to look at this morning? I think I'm gonna move this over there so that way I can see. I wanted to walk you all through too what the current status of our credit spreads for those who are trading credit spreads and have them from our list. The Bank of America never did pick up because it didn't want to give me what I wanted in the money. So it's still sitting. CVS is here. CVS, I have a 56, 57 put credit spread. It's in the 57s, but it's not, it hasn't breached yet, but that's why you see this as a negative 50%, which is like down $5 basically, is what's going on with CVS. Dash shows that it's down 104%. This is DoorDash. Even though I have a 124, 125 put credit spread, the price is at 126. So this trade is still good. It's just showing that it's down, but the trade is still good. All right. The whole point we're concerned about is making sure it stays above your sell strike, and your sell strike here is 125. So that one's still going. Data Dog is low enough now to where 87.5, it's got an 87%. I literally could close this now. We could close this right now. It's ready. It's ready, ready. Y'all know we close between 50 and 70%. Data Dog is ready. Disney is ready. 89% in profits. It's worth $2 now. We took in, looks like 14. It's ready to close as well. Right? DocuSign never did pick up. Devon Energy is ready to close. It's ready to close as well. FCX ready to close, 82% profit. Okay, I want to always tell you all how to look. I did a video, I think it went up yesterday. Jamie, will you find, if you're at your computer, if you're not, let me know. Will you find the link for the video, the one that was posted yesterday? It's the one about the profits, how to decoding the money for credit spreads. Decoding, I probably need to just go to the YouTube page and show it. But anyway, FCX is up 82%. It's ready to close as well. Google plus 91%, ready to close. All these are ready. Intel never picked up. IWM is a different trade. Kroger's on our list. Okay. Kroger is breached partially right now. It's 53.07, and it's a call credit spread. So it's into the sell strike a little bit, which is why it shows down here. So my plan is that I will close at 2x. I close at 2x the premiums. If it gets there, we took in $18 and it's now at 20. Nope, it's now at $33. So at 36, it'll have to go. It'll have to go. But at this point, we're at 18, right? And it's we still got a couple days, but that don't mean you got to sit idly by waiting to see. That's where you go. That's where you go and check in on the chart. If it's breach, if it's going past your strike, we want the daily and we want maybe a smaller time frame. But we go here and we check the chart to see what is the price looking like it's going to do over your next 2 days. You go check to see what are the candlesticks looking like. Are the candlesticks looking like they want to keep going? Right? This is Kroger. Okay. Yesterday was close to a hammer, which lets you know it was a little more movement going up to the upside. Now we do have the resistance, a good place here at the top of 53.16, and it is moving up into that area. So you wait to see what it does when it gets to the top of this little zone, the top of this little area. Does it keep going? Which today's Kroger seemed to be moving. Kroger must have been on our bearish list. That's why we would have done a call credit spread, but I see even the resistance here at 53.20. You can see that it will see what it does there. This is where you use your chart and you say, well, let's see if my trade is going to be okay. You use your chart to support the numbers that you have. And if you look at it and you say, nope, I don't think it's going to be okay, then you close it. That's how that goes. And if it is, you think it'll be fine, you wait and see, because it may get to this resistance place and reject it and come on back down. Okay. That's what we do there. Okay. Let's go back to the monitor tab. That was Kroger, right? Kroger has crossed over into my 2X, but I see, according to the chart, I will give it a little more time because I feel like 53.2, was that Kroger we were looking at? 53.2 is going to be a place. Morgan Stanley's ready to close. Net is our it's a put credit spread at 79 for the sell leg. It's at 80.5, so it is still fine. Just needs to be, make sure that you're watching it. Nike's good. I think Nike's a different trade. On semiconductors, now semiconductors is on, might not be one you would do because of the fact that it's got, because Nvidia has earnings this week, so you might have considered do or not do, or this may be one you might consider closing before Nvidia has earnings to make sure that you protect your capital. Oracle is here. Oracle is up 22%. Palantir, which I don't think that's the same trade. I think, nope, that's not Palantir. Royal Caribbean, ready to close virtually. Shop was on our list. Is Shop on our list? Yeah. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Shop. 73 put credit spread, but its current price is at 73.2. So it is coming into the zone. Let's go look at the chart to see what Shop is looking like, to see should you close or should you stay? Should I stay or should I go? Was that a Whitney Houston song? So I'll go. Yeah. But I know I'll think of you every step of the way. All right, Shopify. Shopify has a little bit of a downwards curve going, but now this candle from yesterday was a hammer looking candle, so it gave indication that it wanted to continue to go up. It's now at the moving average. We'll see what happens. Well, it's below that moving average now. So Shop will be one that you want to watch, because it looks like it may want it to come into it might want to come into your strike, right? 73 is what you have, and it's currently at 73.5. You want to watch that one if you have Shopify, right? SLB, ready to close. SLB 115, it's ready to close. TTD, is that the trade? Yes, it is. Okay. I'm not sure how I ended up with two of these, but at this point, this one's still doing fine. 102 put credit spread. Win is plus 95%, ready to close. Exxon 41%, got a little more time. And Zim, this is Zoom Communications. I actually did the Iron Condor on Zoom, so it is still doing its thing. The one side is down to 3, the other side is at 23. So we just need to let the whole thing, I have the whole thing together. The whole thing is down 6.2%, but that's still fine. It's at 71. 71 is between these two strikes. So Zoom is still doing fine. All righty. Yep, that's from the Bodyguard. You want us to look at PayPal? I see some stuff. Is that Nori? Do you want us to look at GHSI and NVIDIA? You're looking at PayPal for the week, I'm thinking, Tiva. Start with the chart. Start with the chart. Start with the chart. So we start. We start with the chart. Okay, this is PayPal right now. What were you looking to do, Tiva, with PayPal? I'm seeing call credit spread for the week. I think I'll just watch educational videos today instead of trading. All right. Well, that's always a thing to do. But I do see some resistance up here. It kind of hovered in this zone and pulled back. And now it's kind of seemed like it wants to go up a little bit today. It is above these moving averages. And the moving averages are fanned out. So they may decide that they want to go on up a little higher. If we look on the put credit spread side for Friday, looks like I would go with 69.70 because of the 77% probability out of the money. 69.70 would pay $12. Would pay $12. Okay, call credit spread. Let's go. Oh, you talking about NVDL. And then we do single on the call credit spread side. I would look at 73. 73 would be 12 more dollars. So $24 you could do if you want to do a whole iron condor. Oh, you a fool, sir. Okay. So NV okay, so Nori, I see you saying call credit spread, the GHSI. GHSI. Oh, Guardian Health. Guardian, the health sector doesn't really get talked about a whole lot, but there's stuff going on there. Stuff going on in the health sector. Ooh, let's see. I see a big old pop that just happened. Oh, a pop and a pullback. This is the daily. It popped up a couple days ago to 18 and it's been pulling back ever since. You want to watch it to see about it getting back into this gap. Because there's a gap here that was created a few days ago when it started running down to the $9 and it seemed to be coming right on back down towards it. So you would definitely want to watch that. Call credit spread for sure at this point. If I don't know, does GHSI? It's a small one. Maybe let's see if it has. Does it have earnings? Oh nope, does have option, not earnings. Does it have options? It does not have options. All right. NVDL. NVDL is a smaller version of NVIDIA, basically. Unless you plan on trading it today or you going to go out further in time, I personally wouldn't fool with it. But it's your money, honey. I do not give investment advice because I am not an investment advisor. Going up here, I would see resistance up here at the top at 70.37. And it's kind of been in that zone, basically consolidating and waiting to get going. And when it goes, it's gonna go. This is a whole lot of consolidation, basically just gathering strength to move. And when it moves, it'll move hard. Your question is, you need to know, will it move which direction? In situations like Nvidia, let me go ahead and say this. In situations like Nvidia, if I was going to trade anything, it would be I would do a straddle. If I was going to do anything, which at this point I'm not, but if I was going to do anything, it would be a straddle. And the reason is because with a straddle, you've got access to going each direction, right? You can, if it runs up, you can capitalize on that. If it runs down, you can capitalize on that. Those of us who do debit spreads, you could potentially do debit spreads right at the money, right? Because that way you're going to capitalize from the movement either way. I wouldn't personally pick a direction, and these kinds of things don't lend themselves well to credit spreads. So I wouldn't do credit spreads on Nvidia. I would do it after fact because after the earnings, Nvidia is still going to have a lot of IV, so you're going to be able to get good premiums and then trade it Thursday with Friday's expiration. You still can capitalize on the money. Remember, as sellers, we like time decay. We don't have to rush in. Now, as buyers, you need to know the direction. And because at this point, we don't really know the direction, because I can, you know how you can kind of see that they will everybody jump in on the plus side or the call side and then pull the rug and all them people's money. And then the next day they pull the rug, drop the price down to where everybody's stop losses are hit and people lose their money. And then the next day they run it right back up. Same people who had calls end up holding the bag. And then all the IV drains out of it because of the implied volatility, because of the IV crush. And the people who may even have had a little bit of money end up getting crushed in the IV when it shrinks up so fast. We don't have to do that. Okay. Now I will say one thing. If you just really feel like you have to do it in your sim. That's one suggestion. Just do it in your sim. If you really like, I just gotta do something, do it in your sim. Or if there's something else you just gotta do, you really can go way, way, way out the money. Go way out the money. Go way out the money. See if you can find some premiums. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Y'all know I will sing some songs. I will sing some songs. Okay, let's look at it here. If we're looking at Nvidia, Nvidia has a plus minus 14 between now and Friday, right? I'm sure that the earnings is expected to be even higher than that. But let me get some more. Let me get some more strikes here. So let's see. If we were going, let's say probability out of money, maybe you get into the 80s and the 90s. Okay, so we're currently at 127. If you went up the 14, that puts you at 141, right? Or went down. Let's go down the 14 so someone to put credit spread side. That puts you at 113, somewhere down in here. 80% out of the money. That's down to 110, 111. Let's see what kind of money is at 110. Okay, 109, 110 is still paying $15. So if you really want to, 110 is 17 points away from current price, right? You could do way out the money and do 110. I'm just suggesting this is not investment, but I'm just saying go far, right? That's my only thing, is to say go far. And then I did, that's like an 80% probability out of the money is what I selected. 80% probability out of the money. And then if we do the one on the call side, 80% probability out of the money. Going up 80% puts us up here at like 142. That's 15 away, right? 142, 143. Let's look at that. 143. 143 is paying another $17. So $32 you can pull in by going really, really far and then let that shrink up. $32. As long as it stays between those two zones, your trade will be fine. You just got to go far. Okay. Now that's gonna you go all you're gonna make off that is the credit spread, the premiums that you take in. That's all you're gonna get. But you will feel like you were in the game. I was in the game. I was in the game, which is different than let's look at one more thing before we go, because I like to compare things for us. If we're at the money, if you're at the money, you decide I'm just buying me something, or I'm doing, if you're gonna be at the money, the 127 put is $700 and the 128 call is $660. So you're $1,300 in, and it's going to need to do its thing, and you're going to need to be able to be fast on the trigger. And that's only if you're working with tomorrow. If you decide, I think I want to go out next week and buy, if I want to buy a little further out, $800 at the money, $800, $1,600 to buy at the money, to do the straddle at the money. Okay. $5 dividend announcement on what, Nori? On that stock, NVDL, put credit spread 58.57. Okay. Believing that it's gonna go up. Sports Guru, I think that's Michael, right? Believe it's gonna go up. Are those pivot points on TOS? Yes, those are pivot points. Pew. You can go, these are the dots. That's what you're asking me about. Those dots are pivot points. Yes. Okay. That's what those dots are, the pivot points. You can look under indicators or studies. If you go under studies right here and you edit studies, I usually pick edit because then it lets you type in what you want. You can type in pivot, pivot, gotta spell it right. Pivot points. You see mine's is right here. Okay. Right, those are pivot points. And if you they're dots here, but if you like expand it and do more, it becomes a line. If there's no room, it'll just be a dot, but if there's room, it becomes a line. Okay, you just have to have more space than what that screen has. Alrighty. GHSI had a dividend. Oh yeah, and once people got their dividend, they dropped. This that the one that is that the one that Randy told us about? It had to be. Randy told us about Randy Yancey always tells us about the dividend ones. NVDL might have one too, but this might have been where the people got their dividends and then they dipped. Dip, baby, dip. Get your dividends and run. Get your money and run. That happens a lot. That's what happened to us when we were on Zim and we were still holding, me and Jamie and some more people were still holding the bag on Zim. We were getting our nice little dividend. And after the dividend, everybody dipped. We were like, what is going on with the price of this? And it was falling. I think I'm falling. Okay. I've covered some stocks here. Go and check out the membership, which is where we are having the charting challenge. Charting challenge starts this weekend. She did not just put Baptist Moan on it. Yes, I did. Listen, my kids say I turned every song into a church song. That's what my daughter used to always say. You turn every song into a church song. Okay, let's go back and look at SPX before we leave. The membership is where we're having our charting challenge. We also have all of the stuff basically the membership offers training, community. We work together, all the good things. Actually, tomorrow evening, we got to work on what topic do we want. I got some ideas, but I want to see what the community wants us to go over. I'm thinking I want to talk about debit spreads a bit tomorrow, maybe the comparison between that and credit spreads. When is one a good time? Okay. When is it a good time to do one versus the other? That's a good topic. This is the SPX. Where are we at as far as time? Okay, you know what? I can drop you off. That way I can see it right here. Quicker and easier, and there's room. SPX on the daily chart is just sitting still. Pretty much. Y'all see that little doji thing going so far? Looked like it wanted to pick a direction on the 5-minute chart, but not so much. Not so much at this point. This is the daily chart. This is why anytime you're trading something, unless you're trading it for a very short period of time, you need to always pull out as far as time goes. If you look at the 5-minute chart, it'll look like it's falling off the bone, as they say. Look at the 5-minute chart, you'll be like, oh, SPX is falling. And then you look at you pull out to like the 15-minute chart and you're like, well, maybe not. Right? But if all you're looking at, like this first five, if all you were looking at was these first few 5-minute charts, 5-minute candles, you would think it was bad. What did it do? It came right on down to that pivot point that I mentioned to y'all, that pivot, and it turned right back around. It's like, yep, we're good. Going back up some more. And you see all these long wicks. These long wicks means that there's pressure to go the other way. There's pressure to go on back up. So we watch that, and this is where you can take entry. Right? You can say, okay, I'll get underneath this pivot point. Will it stay above it all day? You don't know. But if you're only trading for a little while or you're trying to put on your PDT hack, then you're okay with it going away from the strike that you have selected. That's what we want there. That's what we're looking for. What you're looking for. We got what you're looking for. Okay. I need to wrap up because I got to go teach again. Okay. SPX strategy for making 10% profits each day. So strategy for making 10% profits each day from SPX. And you can wait till the afternoon, wait till all the price action does its thing, and then you can jump in on something. You can have your whole day to your life, have your life. Let's say you're a person who works a job, me. You see, I'm getting ready to go teach. You can wait till later in the day and jump in on one of these using this strategy. spxplaybook.net is where you can find that. spxplaybook.net. It's $27 playbook, gives you a strategy to use for 10% profits every single afternoon. Some people do, they start a little earlier. You can use it and pull it forward because the strategy gives you the steps on how you can trade earlier in the day if you want to, but you definitely want to check in on that. spxplaybook.net. All righty. All righty. We saw SPX. We see that it's now moving on up. Yes, it is. Let's see what's going on in here. Not enough. Okay, here's our daily declaration. I declare I'm a great trader. I declare I'm a successful trader. I declare I'm a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. My accounts grow more and more each week. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I'm a level-headed trader who does not trade my emotions. Lord, it's you who gives us the power to get wealth. You teach our hands to war and our fingers to fight. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically. So give us more so we can have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others. Give us more than enough. More than enough. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Okay, everybody. We're going to do two things today, at least two things today. I hope. I hope you're going to stay green and you're going to get this money. All right. I will see you all in the comments. I'll see you in the chat. I'll see you in the market. Send me a message, like and subscribe. Follow me on the social media platforms, and I will see you in the market. Goodbye, everybody. Bye bye. Oh, I see a comment. Let's see. Make sure that this comment wasn't something I needed to see. All right. You're welcome, Tiva. Goodbye, everybody.